Hey everyone, Steve here from theturtlefollower.com, and we're going to take another look at the markets in another stock market outlook video. Had some good feedback and good response from this when we did it midweek last week. So maybe you guys are getting some benefit out of this. It's good to know. I want to make sure that we're going to go ahead and do things that help you guys out as much as possible. So stock market outlook video midweek is fine with me. Now, the one thing that I said, in tonight's nightly recap is the Bulls did put together a nice 3-day streak, but I was still a little nervous about what potentially is unfolding here, and I want to kind of point that out to you. Now, we know that we're looking at a longer-term uptrend, right? I mean, the fact is it's just going higher. Easy enough to identify. You have the nice lows that connect that trend line. So we know we have that in place. We also know about the potential for a head and shoulders pattern, right? Where we would have the left shoulder. Let's see if we get that to draw. There we go. The left shoulder, the head, and potentially a right shoulder. Okay, we also know about that. The other thing that I'm concerned that we're seeing, let's take those out, is, and this is what concerns me a little bit more than anything else, is this downtrend. And just so you know, we're using the SPX, the S&P 500 actual index, just because the futures, they traded Monday, so it wouldn't be the exact same type of pattern, but still, sure enough, they're both going to correlate. So anyway, we have the downtrend line now in place, and now what I'm concerned is happening is we're getting a series of lower highs and lower lows. Okay, lows are lower, the highs are lower. And you can see today where we basically stopped. We stopped right at that trend line. Okay, the 50-day moving average is now above us. So that's another layer of resistance that we're hitting. And now we're kind of pinching off between this uptrend and this downtrend line. And the other thing that I'm looking at is the potential for now an inverse head and shoulders. Okay, where we have the left shoulder, the head, and maybe we're going to come down here and put in the right shoulder. All right, so for right now, I'm just kind of concerned that maybe the next few days we see some downside pressure. I don't know if this trend line holds. Again, I don't want to make predictions. If I was a betting man, I would say it doesn't. Okay, I would say that trend line would break if we broke down. But if we ended up pulling back, bouncing off the trend line, then we would have the makings of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, where now we would have, instead of lower lows, we would have a higher low, and then that would maybe give us the strength we need to break out through this downtrend line. I think right now, I just don't see us breaking this downtrend line. Not to say it hasn't happened, because you can see back here that it has. Okay, the strength from this V-shaped reversal is very powerful. Whether that's what happens here or not, I'm not 100% sure right now. Nobody knows. We can only trade what's in front of us, and right now what's in front of me is just making me a little nervous that this may just be setting us up for another move lower. And, again, it's not just the S&P. Let's look at the Qs for the NASDAQ. Okay, you can see that same pattern happening here as well. Okay, lower highs, and now we actually have a flat bottom. So a descending triangle here in the NASDAQ. So, let's see how it all plays out. Whether it actually happens or not, that we break that uptrend line, that remains to be seen. I think, though, if we're going to break the downtrend line that's in place, I think we're going to need to see a little bit of weakness first. Now, before I let you go, I know we talked about this last night in the stock market, the stock trade idea, but I just want to make sure everybody's getting the information before it happens, and that we're not going to have an issue later on that somebody says they didn't know about it or whatever. But the premium membership is active. Okay, it's live, it's active. All the strategy sessions, the weekend updates, the model portfolio, that's all been moved into premium membership access only. And for right now, we are running the launch sale. Okay, and that's why I just want to make sure everybody's aware of. Launch sale goes for another 10 days. Okay, basically till the end of January. Okay, starting February, there will be no more launch sale. Regular price per month will be $70 versus the $50 for the launch. Now, there's a 14-day free trial, instant access, cancel anytime. If you don't like it after 14 days, no questions asked, just cancel your membership. You won't be charged. No crazy things and hoops you have to jump through. Again, weekend update, strategy session, model portfolio is now in there. And again, the biggest thing that I want to just make sure everybody's clear on is the reason I created the premium membership was when I started trading, there was no site like this. And I always wanted to develop the site. When I got to the point where I was profitable and I knew how to trade, I always wanted to develop a site just like what I've developed for other people that are learning or having issues or struggling in any way. And the reason for this is they always, other services always show you how to get in, but they never actually show you how to manage and how to exit the position. And that's something different that we do here. And you know, I do it, you know, it's all on video, it's all in the model portfolio, you know, 100%. There's no curtains, no, you know, whatever, smoke screens or anything like that. So the difference between the Turtle Follower service and all those other services is the other services, they just show you how to get in. And that's the easy part. The hard part is managing it, having to sit there and go through losses to make sure if you're right or not. Okay. The other services don't do that. They say you get in and all of a sudden, oh yeah, you know what? You got out, but you didn't sit through those positions and watch them lose, you know, 3, 4, 5% and the feeling that you went through. So that's the difference that we do here. We take a position from start to finish. Okay. It'll stay in the portfolio until it's exited. And that was one thing that I always had struggles with. I always tried to figure out, how do you manage it? How do you exit? That's great. I know how to get in, but the hard part is not getting in. The hard part is managing it and exiting with a profit. And that's what we're trying to do here. So if you're having struggles with that, you've come to the right place. This is the place you want to be. Sign up for that 14-day free trial. Take advantage of the launch membership while it's available. And let's see if we can help you. Other than that, any questions, comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the night, and we'll see you tomorrow.